Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Futures Unwritten. Today, we're diving deep into a genre that's both haunting and thought-provoking, dystopian literature. It's a genre that has evolved over centuries and keeps reflecting our society's darkest fears and deepest anxieties.
That's right. Dystopian works often imagine futures where societies break down, and the world as we know it seems unrecognizable. It's this stark vision that really draws readers and viewers in. But it's not just fiction. It's a way to warn us about where things could go wrong if we don't change course. So, where did it all start?
Great question. If we look back to the roots of dystopian literature, it's clear it evolved from earlier works of utopian fiction. Authors like Thomas More, with his Utopia, were already critiquing society by imagining an idealized world. But those perfect societies often had flaws, and those flaws became the seeds for dystopian narratives.
Exactly. So instead of a perfect world, we get these grim, oppressive visions like the ones in 1984 or Brave New World. And honestly, I think those early critiques still resonate today. For instance, More's vision of utopia was really a critique of the political and social issues of his time.
Absolutely. And then, as industrialization ramped up, authors began focusing more on the dehumanizing effects of technology and mass production. Think about Charles Dickens's Hard Times. While it's not strictly dystopian, it critiques the mechanical and cold side of industrial progress. It's fascinating how early works set the stage for later dystopian writers.
Right. The Industrial Revolution was a huge turning point, and it raised questions like, what does progress really mean for humanity? Dystopian fiction, with its bleak portrayals, shows the cost of unchecked technological growth and the erosion of individuality.
And I think that's where the genre really took off in the 20th century. The golden age of dystopia, as it's often called, produced some of the most iconic works: 1984, Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451. These books were not just entertaining. They were potent warnings about the dangers of surveillance, consumerism, and authoritarian control.
Those themes are still so relevant today. When you look at how technology controls our lives now, it's almost like these authors were predicting the future. For example, Orwell's 1984 was all about a society under constant surveillance, and now we're living in a world where personal data is constantly being monitored.
Absolutely. But even beyond the surveillance and political control, dystopian literature also explores the theme of rebellion. Characters who resist oppressive systems are central to the genre. Think of Katniss Everdeen in The Hunger Games, or Winston Smith in 1984. Their struggles remind us that the fight for freedom is never easy, but it's always worth it.
Those characters are iconic for a reason. They represent the spirit of resistance, of questioning the status quo. And what's powerful about dystopian stories is that they give us a glimpse of what could happen if we don't resist. It's almost like they push us to think critically about the present and future.
And that's what makes dystopian literature so engaging. It's not just about a fictional world, but it mirrors our own. From environmental collapse to the rise of authoritarian regimes, these works ask us tough questions about the direction we're headed.
Definitely. And let's not forget the role of pop culture in popularizing these themes. From movies like The Hunger Games to TV shows like Black Mirror, dystopian narratives have become a mainstream part of how we engage with our fears about the future. They bring complex themes to a global audience.
That's true. And it's interesting how these stories have evolved. Take Black Mirror, for example. Each episode explores a different dystopian scenario, often involving technology's impact on society. It's like modern dystopia has become a kind of thought experiment, showing us the potential outcomes of our current path.
Exactly. It's like each episode is a warning shot. And the way the show blurs the lines between fiction and reality makes it so effective. The scenarios are exaggerated, but they're also disturbingly plausible. It's the perfect blend of entertainment and social commentary.
Right, and now the genre is expanding. We're seeing more intersectional stories, where the focus is on marginalized groups and how they navigate dystopian worlds. Books like The Power by Naomi Alderman or the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin bring in new perspectives, which is super exciting for the genre.
That's a really important shift. It's no longer just about a generic dystopian future. It's about how different groups experience dystopia. It adds so much depth and complexity to the stories, and it's something that makes dystopian literature feel more reflective of today's world.
Agreed. And while traditional dystopias are often bleak, some newer works are bringing in more optimistic elements, showing how people can fight back and rebuild. It's like the genre is evolving from pure cautionary tales to stories of hope and resilience in the face of adversity.
I love that. Even in dark times, there's a glimmer of hope. And when we think about the future of dystopian literature, there's so much room for growth. The genre will continue to reflect the challenges and uncertainties we face, whether it's environmental collapse, political unrest, or the impact of emerging technologies.
Absolutely. It's a genre that constantly adapts to the times. And for listeners out there, if you haven't explored dystopian literature yet, now's a great time. Whether it's through books, movies, or even video games, these stories will keep you questioning the world around you.
And they'll make you think about the future in a whole new way. So whether you're tuning in for the entertainment or the deeper messages, dystopian stories will always be there to challenge us, inspire us, and sometimes even scare us a little. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Futures Unwritten.
Take care, everyone. Keep questioning and stay curious.